You have been carrying someone for years without ever setting them down. Tonight, you finally set them down here beside the fire. Not to fix them, not to fix you, only to meet the self you have always, quietly, been becoming, the one beneath the one you show the world. We will end somewhere unfinished, and that, too, will be allowed. So let the room come to you slowly. There is no hurry now. Nothing here needs you awake. Notice, first, the weight. The simple, honest weight of your own body, pressing down into whatever holds you. The mattress, the cushion, the floor, it does not matter. What matters is that something beneath you is taking the load. You can feel it, that downward settling, as if you were a little heavier than you were a moment ago, as if some part of you, long held up, has finally been allowed to sink. I am here, in the chair across from you, an old man, mostly, gray and patient, and in no rush at all. The fire is low between us, not roaring, not dramatic, just a steady warmth in the grate, embers banked, a few small flames moving without urgency. The light is dim, the kind of dim that asks nothing of your eyes. And if this hour is helping you settle, you can subscribe for tomorrow night's journey. Quietly, no pressure, only if you'd like to be led down again. Now, let us simply sit, you and I, and the one you set down by the hearth. You came in tired. I could see it. Not the ordinary tiredness of a long day, the other kind. The tiredness of holding a shape, of being, for so many hours, the version of you that the world expects to find. The capable one, the fine one, the one who answers, yes, I'm good, when something underneath you is asking a different question entirely. You can let that shape go now. Here, in this room, no one is checking. The face you wear out there, the careful, practiced one, you may set it down on the small table beside you, the way you'd set down a heavy coat at the end of a cold walk. It served you. It got you through rooms that were not safe. We will not be cruel to it. But it is not you. It is only the part of you that learned, very early, how to be acceptable. And you were so young when you learned it. That is the thing that moves me, even now, after all these years of sitting in chairs like this one. How early it begins. A child looks up, watching the faces of the large people who hold its whole world, and it learns which parts of itself bring warmth, and which parts bring the cold. The loud joy that was too much for a quiet house. The grief that made the adults look away. The anger that frightened someone. The strange, bright wanting that no one had words for. So the child did what every child does. It did not stop feeling those things. It simply put them somewhere, behind a small door, in a low room, out of the light, and it kept only what was welcomed. It built a self that could be loved, and it folded the rest away, and it grew up, and it forgot there had ever been a folding at all. Do you feel that? The faint heaviness in the chest, when I say it. That is not sadness, exactly. It is recognition. Some old, sunk part of you, turning over in its sleep, hearing itself described for the first time in years. Let the fire hold your eyes for a moment. Not the flames, the coals beneath them. The deep orange, breathing slowly, brightening and dimming as if the fire itself were a thing that sleeps and wakes. Watch how it asks for nothing. It does not perform its heat. It simply gives it. Steady, low, grounded in the grate. That is how I would like you to be with yourself tonight. Steady, low, giving warmth without performing it. Because the one you carried in here, the one you set down by the hearth, has been cold for a very long time. You don't have to look at them yet. I know. There is a reluctance in you, a bracing, the body going a little rigid as if expecting a blow. That is honest. Most people, when they first sense this part of themselves nearby, want to run. They feel a kind of dread, low in the stomach, and they call it many things: anxiety, restlessness, that vague unease at 3 in the morning when the house is quiet and there is nothing left to distract them. But the dread is not danger. The dread is only nearness. You have come very close to something you exiled, and the exiled thing has noticed you noticing it. So we go slowly. We always go slowly with the ones who were sent away. Feel the weight return to your limbs. Your arms growing heavier. Your hands opening slightly. The fingers no longer curled to hold anything. Your legs sinking. There is a kind of mercy in gravity, isn't there? It is the one thing that has held you faithfully every day of your life and never once asked for thanks. Let it hold you now. Let it pull the long day down and out of you, through the back, through the shoulders, down into the floor, into the deep ground beneath this old house. Long ago, I will tell you, because it may help, a woman sat where you are sitting, not by this fire, but by one like it. She was successful in the way the world counts success, admired, composed, and she came to me because she could not sleep and could not say why. Night after night, she would wake at the same hour, her heart pounding, certain that someone was standing in the dark at the foot of her bed. We sat together many evenings, and slowly, we came to understand that the figure at the foot of her bed was not a stranger. It was her, a her she had folded away decades before, a wilder, hungrier, more uncontainable her, who had wanted things the careful woman had decided were not allowed. And this folded away self had not died. It had only waited, standing in the dark, patient as a coal, waiting to be looked at last. I am not telling you this to frighten you. I am telling you because the figure was never there to harm her. It was there because it belonged to her. Everything that comes back to us in the dark, every restless feeling, every dream that will not leave, every face that visits us when we close our eyes, is something of our own, knocking, asking to be let back in. And so I will ask you, gently, not to answer aloud, only to feel, what did you fold away? Let the question move through you like the warmth from the grate. No need to chase the answer. Just let the body know that the question was asked. Maybe it was a softness, a tenderness you decided was weakness and buried under competence. Maybe it was a largeness, a bigness of feeling, of ambition, of presence that someone made you feel ashamed of until you learned to take up less room. Maybe it was the opposite. Maybe it was a stillness, a wish to do nothing, to simply be, that the world around you treated as laziness until you forgot you were ever allowed to rest. Maybe it was anger that kept you safe once and frightened the people you loved, so you swallowed it, and now it lives in your jaw, in your shoulders, in the tightness that never quite leaves. Whatever it was, it is the one sitting by the fire now, grown patient, grown quiet, no longer demanding, only present. The flames have settled lower. The corridor of the firelight stretches a little along the floor, a long, warm path of orange and shadow, reaching from the hearth toward the dim edges of the room. Watch how the light does not fight the darkness. It simply lies down beside it. The bright and the dark, sharing the same floor, neither one winning, neither one wrong. This is what I came, over a whole life, to understand. That you are not the light alone. You were never meant to be only the bright, acceptable, welcome parts. You are the whole floor, the warm orange and the deep shadow lying down together. And the work of a life, The only work that truly matters is not to become brighter. It is to become wider, to make room, to let the shadow back onto the floor it was always part of. People imagine this as a frightening thing, to turn and face the parts of themselves they hid. They imagine the dark will overwhelm them, that if they let the anger or the hunger or the grief back in, it will burn the house down. But you have watched this fire all evening now. You have seen it does not lunge. It does not consume. Held in the grate, attended, looked at, it warms. It is only the fire we refuse to look at, the fire we lock in the low room and pretend is not there, that smolders and starves for air, and one day finds its own way out. So we are doing the brave thing tonight, you and I, simply by sitting, by not looking away, by letting the one by the hearth be warmed. Feel, now, how much heavier you have become, the body sinking another layer down, the breath slowing without your asking it to. There is a particular weight that comes when the mind stops bracing, when it finally believes that nothing here will hurt it. Your forehead smoothing, the small muscles around your eyes releasing, the tongue going soft in the mouth, the shoulders dropping away from the ears, down, down, settling like stones laid gently into warm sand. There was a man, once, I will tell you of him too, who dreamed, again and again, of a house. His house, but with a door he had never opened. In the dream he would walk the rooms he knew, the bright familiar rooms, and always there would be this one door, and behind it, stairs going down. And he was afraid of the stairs. For months he woke before he could take them. I did not tell him what the door meant. That is not how this works. I never told my people what their dreams meant. How could I? The dream was his, grown from his own depths, in a language only he could finally read. I only asked him to stay in the house a little longer, to stand at the door, in his imagination, while awake, and simply not run, to let the door be a door, to feel what rose in him when he looked at it. And one evening, sitting much as we are sitting now, he found he was no longer afraid. The door was just a door. The stairs went down into warmth, not horror. And at the bottom, he told me this with tears on his face, a man who had not wept since boyhood. At the bottom there was a small room, and in it, a fire, and beside the fire, himself. The boy he had been, the one who had wanted to be an artist, before life and duty and the careful shape took him another way. The boy had been down there the whole time, tending the coals, keeping them alive, waiting. He was not waiting to accuse. That is what the man feared, that the buried self would rise up in judgment, would say, "Look what you did to us. Look who we could have been." But the boy by the fire said no such thing. The boy only looked up and was glad to be found. That is what I want you to carry into sleep tonight. Not a lesson, not a task, only this one warm certainty, sinking down through you like heat through a stone, that what you buried was never waiting to punish you. It was only waiting to be found. And gladness, real gladness, is what waits at the bottom of the stairs. The room is dimmer now. The corners have gone soft, indistinct, the way the world goes when sleep is near and the eyes give up their grip on edges. The firelit corridor has shortened. The flames have folded down into the coals, and the coals glow low and deep and orange, a bed of slow heat, the kind that lasts all night and asks for nothing. Let me tell you where the warmth comes from, not the wood. Beneath the wood, beneath this hearth, beneath this house, there is older warmth. The warmth of every fire that was ever sat beside. Do you feel it? That sense, faint and enormous, that you are not the first to sit here? That long before you, in low rooms and warm caves, others sat exactly as you are sitting, heavy-limbed and quiet, watching the coals breathe, carrying their own folded selves, longing to be whole. You are not alone in this. You were never alone in this. The longing you feel, the ache to become yourself, fully, before the time runs out, it is not your private invention. It is older than your name. It runs in you the way the heat runs in the coals, handed down from a depth you did not make and cannot see the bottom of. Every human who ever lived has felt this same pull, toward wholeness, toward the gathering in of all their scattered, folded, exiled parts, toward becoming, at last, the single, complete, particular person they were always, quietly, on their way to being. That is the thing no one tells you, that you are not becoming someone new. You are becoming someone old, someone who was already there, beneath all the shapes you wore to survive, waiting, like the boy by the fire, like a coal that will not go out. You are not building a self. You are uncovering one. The whole long journey, the whole work of a life, is only this, to slowly, gently, set down the carried selves and meet the one that was underneath them the entire time. And it is slow. It is so slow. That is the mercy of it and the difficulty. You do not arrive in a night. You do not arrive in a year. Perhaps, and I tell you this without sadness, as a simple truth, you do not fully arrive at all. The becoming is the thing, the turning toward, the willingness, again and again, to open the low door and let one more exiled part come up the stairs and sit by the fire. You have already begun. You began tonight, when you set the carried one down, when you did not run from the dread, when you let the question move through you, what did I fold away, and let your body hold it without flinching. That was the work. That small, brave, heavy-limbed not looking away. There is nothing more to do tonight. Only to rest, now, in the warmth of having begun. Feel how the weight has spread through all of you. Your whole body, dense and settled and low, anchored to the warm dark beneath you. There is no part of you that is bracing now. The hands open, the jaw loose, the long muscles of the back, lengthened and given over to gravity. You are heavy in the good way. The way a stone is heavy by the fire, warmed all the way through, going nowhere, perfectly held. The cave of coals is all that is left of the light now. The room has nearly gone. There is only the deep glow and the warmth and the soft animal comfort of a body that has finally been allowed to be a body, to stop performing, to stop holding the shape, to sink. I am still here. I will not leave the chair. You do not have to keep your eyes open to know it. An old man, gray and patient, sitting with you while the coals breathe, while the one by the hearth grows warm, while the whole house settles into the older warmth beneath it. There is nothing left to understand. Understanding was never the point. The point was only to be sat with, to not be sent away, to have, for one quiet hour, someone who would look at the folded parts of you and not flinch. You did the same for yourself tonight. That is the secret of it. The old man in the chair, the warmth, the patience, these are not only mine. They are yours. The part of you that can sit, unflinching, with all the rest. That part has always been in you, waiting like everything else, glad now to be found. Let the coals take your eyes one last time. The deep orange, dimming, the slow breath of the heat, the weight of you, complete, anchored, given over. There is the warmth and the heavy stillness, and the one beside the fire, no longer cold. And the long becoming, that does not end tonight. That does not need to end. Only the coals now low and orange and breathing. The weight of you settling deeper and deeper still. A door somewhere no longer locked. Warmth and shadow lying down on the same floor. Heavier now. Lower. The glow. The glow. Before you go all the way down, and you may, now, completely. If any of this reached you, you can let me know with a quiet like. It helps these night journeys find the others who are looking for them. And if you'd like, leave one of your own dreams in the comments, one image, one figure, one door. I read them, and there is something tender in knowing what visits you in the dark. And subscribe, softly, for the next night I sit with you by a fire like this one. No urgency. We will simply begin again. For now, nothing more. Only the warmth. Only the weight. Only the one beside the coals, finally found. Rest now.